Hey guys, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes for some other people to come in. Glad you guys are here. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes for some other people to come in. You guys doing okay this evening? Is everybody okay? While we wait for people to come into the live, um, y'all have any questions or anything that specific that you guys want me to talk about? I'm gonna talk about pretty much everything spirituality tonight. It's gonna be a free form live. I'm not gonna pull any cards. Just gonna talk about the spiritual journey. I'm gonna talk about things that you need to know as you go down your spiritual journey. Things that you may have questions about. I'm gonna share my journey. Everything that you need to know. If there's feedback, guys, let me know. I'm glad you're doing good, Ruth. We're gonna talk about shadow work. We're gonna talk about um, spiritual ascension. We're gonna talk about spiritual the signs and synchronicities to look for while you're on your journey, things like that. We're gonna talk about all of those things. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Um, on the spiritual journey, there are a lot of things that we go through when we're changing over and we start embracing who we were when we came here to the 3D, to the earth realm. We came here knowing who we are, what our mission was when we came here. But what happens is that once we get here, they put the light in our face. They hit us on our bottom when we're born, and we forget. And so we call this a spiritual journey, but it's actually us going back to who we were. It's actually um, not finding your higher self, but your true self. Because we were consciousness when we came here. We came from consciousness. We came from the divine. And everybody comes here as divine, but we get to choose. We are free-willed beings, and we get to choose our spiritual journey. We get to choose whether or not we want to heal and do what we were sent here to do, what we were contracted to do. We were contracted here to do a mission to help the earth raise its consciousness, and for people on the earth realm, everybody that's on the earth realm was not born to be spiritual beings. You have people that are regular people, and then you have those that are divine or chosen ones, star seeds. You have some people that are indigos. That means they came here for a specific purpose. Um, then you have people that are divine healers. You have people that have mediumship. You have people that have you've got people that have a mission to be guides or mentors. Then we are pushed into a trajectory or a paradigm of either religion where there's a forced narrative. And with the forced narrative, there are things that we have been led to believe that are not true. There are things that we've been led to believe that we, how do I put this? We're taught that it's wrong, and it's pretty much everything that we taught that we're not supposed to do are the things that we're actually supposed to be doing in order to complete our mission in the 3D. A little bit about myself. I grew up in the church. I grew up Baptist. And I often tell people that in the church, there is so much division. And it's like the church itself, or it's a gatekeeper between reality and what we're not supposed to be and who we are supposed to be. And so many times people that are in the church, they do not believe in, or they're not taught that you're supposed to embrace your true consciousness to the divine. It's just like when Jesus came on the scene at 12 years old. He came here to complete a mission, but the church teaches that Jesus came to be a savior to men. Jesus thought it was not enmity to be one with God and to be one with all, because we are one with God. We came here as one with God, and we came here as one with all. We are a unity consciousness. But when we come to the earth realm, we were taught that to live in duality. But the truth of the matter is that our physical selves is just an avatar. It is just an illusion. We're here experiencing it. We are God in the flesh, experiencing ourselves and having different experiences. A lot of time we are walking together, but each of us has our own separate journey. Whatever has happened to you in life, whether it's good or bad, you contracted with who or whatever before you came here in order to experience this, in order to heal something, in order for you to help the earth and the beings on the earth to raise their consciousness and to get back to the Christ consciousness, we contracted in order to do that. What that means is that if you have gone through abuse, then whatever abuse that you've gone through, you contracted with your abuser to go through that. Whatever's happening to you is not happening to you, it's happening for you. And there are things that you decided before you came here that you wanted to heal. There are things that karma that you decided that you wanted to clear in this lifetime. There are things that we've gone through in previous lives that when we came here, we've got past life trauma. There's childhood trauma. We've had trauma in adulthood. But in order for us to complete the mission, we have to go through these things. And then as we go through them, we have to go through a healing process. That's where shadow work comes in. You've got the darker side of yourself, and you've got the the lighter side of yourself, which is your consciousness. That dark side, everything in spirituality is not love and light. There are things that you've gone through in past lives with different people that you have to come here in this life in order to clear that out. You have to pay your karmic debt, because if you don't heal your karma will not leave you. Your karma will stay with you. Your karma will follow you until you decide to heal it. If you decide that you don't want to heal it, then you have a free will to do so. If the people that you contracted with before you came here decide not to go on a healing journey, then they have a free will to do so. They have a free will to either go on the healing journey, but if someone that you contracted with, whether it's a spouse, whether it's family members, whether it's friends, whatever the dynamic is, every single one of us has the free will to either go on the journey, complete the journey, or you have the choice to stay in a lower vibration of yourself, which is your karmic self, the dark side, or your shadow self. The Bible says that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, what we think or perceive as death is just a shadow of who we actually are. We are actually consciousness. We are not the human side of the experience that we came here. There's a channel that I subscribe to. It's called Life is But a Dream. And the brother on there, his name is Tone. He went through an NDE, which is a near-death experience. And he talks about how he talked to God, and he taught, and he saw Jesus. The church teaches you that this is wrong, that this is demonic. When you go on a spiritual journey, you're taught in the church that the things that you have to access in order to go on your healing journey, these things are demonic. These things are anti-Christ. The Christ consciousness is the consciousness that each of us is supposed to go in. Christ, when Jesus came with Yeshua, he was not, Christ was not his name. It was actually his occupation. It was his divine assignment in the things that he was supposed to do. When he went into the temples at 12 years old, he went there to learn the healing modalities. He learned Reiki healing. He learned how to tame different spirits. And that's why when he came back at 30 to go through the last steps of his journey, he was met with opposition. And as you go into your healing journey, you will be met with opposition, because the opposition and the narrative of the world is that they want you to stay asleep. You are asleep when you go through um, the physical side of yourself. You are actually asleep. But we're taught that when we go to sleep, we access a divine narrative or paradigm. But we are divine because we came from the divine. If that makes sense to you, if it doesn't make sense to you, do any of you have any questions about where you are on your spiritual journey, the things that you have gone through? Because we constantly go through different trials and tribulations as we ascend. You ascend to different and awaken to different levels of consciousness. As you go through that in the 3D, then you will experience different things. You will experience ascension symptoms. Those symptoms are um, fatigue. It's just like when the eclipse was coming. The retrograde started on the 1st of April, and we had to deal with retrograde and the eclipse symptoms at the same time. People were having headaches, they were having knee pain, they were having back pain, they were having flu symptoms, they were having stomach aches, they were having headaches, and people weren't understanding what they were going through. But as you ascend, this is a sign that you are ascending to a higher level of consciousness. Before you ascend to your next level, it's kind of like being in a video game. Before you go to or you complete one level in the video game, you have to slay the enemy that is on that level in order for you to ascend to the next level. When you complete all of the steps in the next level and you learn the lessons, then you ascend and you awaken to a higher level of consciousness. This consciousness brings you different rewards from the spiritual realm. We all have spirit guides. The archangels are here. Raphael is the archangel of healing. Michael is the archangel of war. Gabriel is the archangel of communication. Uriel is the archangel of life and love and understanding. And you have to learn how to call on your archangels. You have to learn how to assess your spiritual team. You have to learn how to call on your angel guides. You have to learn how to what ancestors to call on. We all have ancestors, but all of our ancestors were not good when they were here on the earth realm. So you have to learn to ask for help. And you have to know to ask for help for your ancestors that loved and cared about you, those that are of the highest white light. When people send out spiritual attacks to you, you have to learn how to protect yourself in the spirit. You have to learn how to send back spiritual attacks to your enemies, known and unknown. You have enemies that you've never met. If you have a platform, if you're in the public eye, in your job, if you are a healer, if you are a spirit guide, if you are a seer, a prophetic, or a psychic that sees beyond the veil, each of us has different things or different demons that are assigned to us at birth that we have to conquer in order to go through and complete our mission here. If you don't complete the mission, if you decide to go against the mission, or you decide you don't want to heal, if you decide you want to stay in a lower vibration, Spirit is not, and the Almighty is not going to force you to do these things. But if you die without completing this mission, you'll have to come back here to, in a different lifetime, in order to complete this. You will have to go through the same thing. Sometimes in this lifetime, we find that we leave people that have hurt us, that have caused us pain, that have caused us um, different setbacks in life, and we feel like they've hurt us. But the hurt that you go through is not happening to you, it's happening for you in order for you to grow spiritually. In order for you to ascend spiritually, you've got to learn to alchemize these energies that come against you. We all have different assignments, and as we go through the assignments and we complete and we learn things, we will have different things that we'll have to deal with on the next level. If we don't learn these lessons on the current level that we're on, you find yourself repeating cycles, if that makes sense. We have to repeat cycles until we learn the lessons. Once we learn the lessons, then we learn to not let the same energies into our life, the same energies to attack us. Then we learn to move on from those types of energies, and we learn to ascend, and we learn to keep our energy sacred to ourselves. We've got chakras. We have to learn to heal our chakras. We have to learn to protect ourselves. And once we learn to protect ourselves from different things, then for some of us, we have been through some very horrific experiences. And these experiences, hold on for me one moment. So, family, I'm getting some very, very serious feedback. Okay. You may be financially handicapped because you developed in the physical realm a relationship with money that you feel like you're not worthy of abundance, or that abundance has always eluded you. You have to learn to alchemize this energy that you whatever financially that you need, you have. When you accept that everything that you need, you have it, then everything you want and everything you desire, it comes to you. It will find you. We often feel like we are not, that we have to chase the bag. We have to go after the abundance, but we are abundance. We are everything that we desire to have. We came here. Everything that you need to be your greatest you and live your best life, it's already inside of you. The world teaches us that we have to find these things outside of ourselves. We have to find love outside of ourselves. We have to find abundance outside of ourselves. We have to find peace outside of ourselves. We have to find stability outside of ourselves. You are already these things when you came here. And you can't help anyone else heal without first healing yourself. As you heal yourself, you will help others to heal, because it will draw unhealed people. You draw them to your light. That's why we draw in people that we categorize as hurt, that they've done things to hurt us. They're actually supposed to trigger something within you, Tangela, to make you ascend to the next level in order to be able to understand who you are in divine timing. You're not assigned to everybody. You won't be able to heal everybody. You won't be able to help everybody. If the person that you love, they may be in your life for a season, but once you heal that person, you may not, you may say, I did everything I could for that person, and once they got better and they healed, they went away or out of my life. It's like they used me. They didn't use you. You served your purpose in that person's life. And now it's time for you to move on. I had whole life in the weeks. Absolutely, Joseph. Sometimes you have to let things be. If those people are meant to be in your life, then they will come back. But you have to learn the lessons. Some people will come back to try the same thing over again. But you will learn to discern energies and whether those energies are healed, whether those energies are pure. And if they're not pure, you're welcome, Tangela. Then, as you learn the lessons, you will learn to not let that person back into your life. You will know by their conversation. You will, sometimes people will come in and they will try to pretend that they are healed. They will try to make you think that they are authentic. But you have to trust your intuition. Your intuition will tell you, I don't think so. A lot of times we are hurt because we don't trust our intuition, or we allow ourselves to listen to the energies as people that come in and what they say, instead of trusting that what some people call instinct or gut feeling. That gut feeling or that instinct many times is your intuition speaking to you, trying to protect you. If you are unsure of what's going on, then you need to ask Spirit and the Almighty, which is God, to give you divine intervention from the archangels, from your spirit team, from your angel guides, and your ancestors that love and care for you, that are of the highest white light, to come in and intervene. And they are here to guide you, but you have to ask for the help. They can't help you. They stand ready, waiting, willing to help you, but they can't help unless you ask. Then you will receive also signs and synchronicities. Some come in numbers. Some signs and synchronicities come in. You can discover revelations from everything. Things you see, places you go. You'll see things that trigger you. And they seem familiar, but I've never been to this place before. I've never experienced this before, but it seems familiar to you. That's when you need to call on your spiritual guides and your help to help you discern the energy. And then you learn as you go to alchemize certain energies so that you're able to take that energy. It's just like celebrities. I'm going to give you, for example, the Will Smith, Jada Smith, and Chris Rock situation. This is something that they use to draw energy from the collective. As long as you talk about a thing, as long as you listen to a thing, as long as you react to a thing, as long as you feel a thing, you're giving your energy to that. There are things that you don't need to be giving your energy to. That's how you heal. When we are in a lower vibration, which is our physical selves. Some of us have had to heal from relationships. Some of us have had to heal from childhood trauma, physical abuse, sexual abuse, relationships in our lives that have been abusive, both mental, physically, spiritually, emotionally. The feeling that you receive, you've been told that this is pain. You've got to learn that you are a divine being. There's no such thing as that. It's all an illusion. The fear that you have to move on from certain situations, it's all an illusion. These things do not exist in the spiritual realm. They only exist in the experience, and you have to learn to separate yourself from your assignment, which is your name, who you are in the physical, and who you are consciously, who you came here as. Your spiritual self, your soul, is your true you. Your assignment is your physical self in the experience that you are having. If you don't like what you see on the physical realm, if you don't like the reality that you're in, then you need to shift your consciousness away from that. You make your reality what you want it to be. You have the power because you came from the power source. You are a God. Psalms 82:6 says, ye are gods, but you die as men. Why? Because you think that the physical you, your name is Joseph, my name is Shantae, your name is Tangela, your name is Arthurine, your name is Ruth, whoever you came here and was assigned to be, we think that's who we are. But that is all an illusion. Why? Because when we die, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, we go back to consciousness. Energy does not die. This body is not real because it dissolves as we get older, as we get closer to the end of our assignment. We go through things and our body starts to dissolve. As it starts to dissolve, then we start to go through physical ailments. But this body is not real. There is no pain in physical death. You will not remember any pain, sickness, or ailment that your body has gone through. That's right, Ruth. Until your third eye is open, until you align all of your chakras. Once they are aligned, if anything happens to put you in a misaligned state, you're going to know it because everything is going to be off. Your manifestation is going to be off. Your abundance is going to be off. Your love is going to be off. Your mind is going to be distorted. Then comes disease. Dis-ease within the body is saying to you that your soul, your spirit, is out of alignment with the divine. If that makes sense. If you're not open spiritually, that means you're closed. That means you are in physical or lower vibrational consciousness, which is your physical self. You have to learn to align yourself with the Almighty, with the cosmic. When you do that, you will shift and be able to shift by alchemizing energy. Instead of that energy working against you, you will then be able to make that energy work for you when you receive spiritual attacks. Different entities attach themselves to us based on the things that we do, based on the things that we allow into our reality, based on the people that we align ourselves with. You have people in your physical family that are not your soul family. You are related to them in the physical, but you are not family with them in the spiritual. That's why you don't align with everybody in your family. That's why you don't get along with some people in your family. That's why you don't understand why would families seek to hurt you, because you are here to heal. Some of us came to heal bloodlines, both physical bloodlines and spiritual bloodlines. Some of us came here to heal past life trauma. That's when you have to learn to access what is called your Akashic records to let you know who you are. There are things that you know. And people say, well, how do you know that? You don't know, you just know. It's because you are equipped with ancient wisdom before you come here. And the things that you know and you don't know how you know them, those are things that you have learned in past lives. You have fears that you don't know why you're fearful of such things. Some people are fearful of water and they don't know why. Some people are fearful of fire and they don't know why. You might have died by fire, by water in your previous life. We're taught in the church that there's no such thing as previous life. There's no such thing as reincarnation, but that is not true. And people that have had near-death experiences are living proof that this is not true. You have deja vu experiences and you've gone to places that you've never been to before, but it feels like you've been there, or I've been here before, I've done this before, because you have. So you've done this in a previous life as a previous person. You don't always come back as the same sex, because that's in the spirit realm. There's no such thing as male or female. There's only masculine and feminine energy, and we all are made up of both feminine and masculine energy. It's not about a male or a female. We are taught in the church, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. But how can you have a father and a son without having a mother? Because that's why they call this the Mother Earth. The birth canal is a portal, because that's why sex is the easiest way and the closest thing that you can come to a person's soul. It is the easiest way to gain attachments, spiritual attachments, incubus and succubus spirits, demonic entities, because by intimate relations, the birth canal, or the canal by which a man and a woman come in union together, what sex does, it takes what only exists in the spiritual and manifests it into the natural. Let me see what you say. People are evil, but as you learn to cleanse your spirit and protect your energy and come back to in alignment with the divine and the Almighty, that's what you do. When you don't resonate with people, and you won't resonate with everyone. I am here as a guide. I am here as a healer. I am one that sees beyond the veil, but I'm not assigned to everyone. Everyone won't resonate with me, just like I don't resonate with everyone. And everyone won't, they will resonate with what one person says, and we may be saying the same thing, but saying it in a different way. But it's who you are assigned to. You are divinely led, guided, and drawn to your soul family. But a lot of times we pull away from the narrative of where we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be aligned with, because it doesn't feel comfortable. This healing journey is not always comfortable. This healing journey is not always easy, because we try to go on a healing journey in our physical self when we cannot ascend to who we are, staying in our lower vibrational selves. It's not people that's doing it. We go through these things sometimes because we are fighting against our own journey, not knowing it. You have to surrender. If you surrender to what is happening, just for 24 hours, I heard an Indian guru say, if you surrender to everything that's happening to your life, everything that's going against you, if you surrender to it, your entire life will change within 24 hours. Don't fight against it, because nothing can destroy you. Only what you think can destroy you will destroy you. Only what you allow to come in as destruction will be able to destroy you. Your energy cannot be destroyed. Able to see exactly as you strengthen, you're able to see the fakeness in who's who. And it's not for you to change or force anybody on a journey. You're only to give enlightenment, give guidance where guidance is desired, give guidance where guidance is needed. If people don't want to change out of the paradigm that they're in or move off the trajectory that they're on, your job is not to force it. Your job is to move on. Because something that you've said or something that you've done, if it's going to steer a person into awakening, it will, even if you've moved on. Sometimes you have to let things be, and if they're meant to be here in a physical realm, they will be. If not, you do your job and you move on. If people don't accept it, it's not for you to force anything. If they don't resonate with you, that's fine. You give love because you are love. You give light because you are light. You provide healing because you are healing. Hurt people, like I always say. But heal people, heal people. Successful people bring success to people. Loving people give love to people. But you cannot love from a space of emptiness. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to first align yourself in divine timing, in divine purpose. And once you do that, then everything that is meant to be will be. Those things that aren't meant to be, you let them be. And you continue on your journey. I'm reading you guys' comments. You're welcome, Joseph. Exactly. Because once you start to heal, you can absolutely see when a person is not fully tapped in. You can absolutely see when a person is not being authentic, whether they say they are or not. You don't argue with them. If you know, you just move away from that. Yeah, they think you're dumb because they're asleep, Arthurine. They're not healed. You just have to give humility to unhealed people, and you have to move on. Because they'll still be on the same trajectory, just like you're saying. They'll still be moving in BS energy. And you let them be. You let that be. You let all of that be. It's not for you to fix it. It's only for you to walk in your divine purpose. And when you walk in your divine purpose, whether you feel like you're making a difference or not, you are. Whether you feel like you're living out your life right. You are. What helps you to know this is that when you're able to discern these energies and move away from them, if you keep going through the same thing over and over and over again, these people can't come in and do that unless you allow them. You have to learn to cleanse your energy and not let these energies in if there are attachments. Once you learn to heal those attachments, then you change your mindset. Your mindset. You change your perception and you move on and you alter the reality that you're in. Whatever reality that it is that you want to see, you will see. If you're not ready to see that reality, you won't see it. We walk amongst zombies every day. Zombies are not dead people from horror movies. They are unhealed people that have not awakened. Simply that. Movies that you watch are not meant for always for entertainment. They are meant to give you guidance and lessons of the things that the powers that be are planning as attacks on divine beings in order to keep the collective stuck in the same trajectory, in the same narrative. And when you learn this, you will simply let things be and you will continue on your journey without trying to fight. There's no war for you to fight. You simply need to be who you were sent to be. And when you know who you are and you know whose you are, you will not fight against the narrative. You will move away from the narrative because you know the truth. You walk in your truth. You live in your truth. You speak your truth. You stand in your power. And you don't let anybody make you think that you're dumb. Because you can't save anybody that does not want to be saved. You can't heal anybody that doesn't want to be healed. You can't help anybody that doesn't want to be helped. You simply drop the knowledge, the love, the light, the understanding, and you keep moving in divine timing. Because in divine timing, it will all be rectified. That's the only thing that you're meant to do. That's it. That's all. Does anybody have any more questions? We're not gonna hold this live up all night. We're at 48 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up. Any of you guys have any questions? Any more questions? Yes, they do. They will all walk on you, but they walk at you. They can't really step on you because they don't know you. They look at the physical you and they think that's you. But you are high ranked as a warrior in the spirit realm. And you stand in that. No matter what they think of you in the physical. You be who the Almighty called you to be. Regardless. Regardless, you keep moving. You don't let that. Somebody else's truth is not your truth. You walk in your own truth. Your truth is yours. Your path is yours. And nobody can adulterate that. Because you are not Arthurine. Arthurine is your assignment. I am not Shantae. Shantae is my assignment. I am a conscious spark sent from the Almighty to complete a work before I move on to the next round. Well, with the people that you try to help, you do what you're supposed to do. When they don't do what they're supposed to do, that's karma on them. And a lot of times, the blessings that were meant for them, as you move on and you awaken and you ascend to the next level, they will forfeit those blessings. And the Almighty will bless you with those blessings. Trust the process. Stay in your divine light. Stay on your divine path. No matter how hard it seems, just know that you will receive divine justice. As you align with your true soul, family, things will start to get easy. We think about time. Time is not linear. Age, there's no such thing. We are ageless beings that have been here time and time and time again. I love you guys. I hope this has shed some light. I'll come back on live tomorrow night and we'll talk a little bit more. If I give it all to you tonight, you're not going to remember. It's not going to absorb. It's too much to try and teach all at one time. We'll do a little at a time. This is a journey. It's not a trip. As the journey unfolds, we ascend, we grow. But you let her be who she is. You just tell her and you keep going. Because even though she's your child in the spirit realm, she's still a spiritual being. You contracted with her in this life to be your child, but she's still, moreover, a spiritual being. She has her own journey, and she has free will to accept the path. You just speak your truth, and you keep speaking it, but you don't browbeat it. You don't force it. You say what it is, you let it be, and you continue on your path. And trust that in divine timing, she will awaken. That's all you can do. That's it. That's all. My oldest child got me on my path of awakening and healing. So it doesn't matter what your title is or what your position is. If you are open to the journey, the very one that you are trying to help may in turn awaken and help you. You're welcome, Ruth. I love you guys. Keep going, keep growing, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.